Hello guys, this is Carpybushcraft, and today we're going to talk about the fox walk. And a lot of people are probably looking at me funny thinking, well, what's a fox walk? Well, I'm going to explain it to you. Obviously, a firearm can knock down an animal a long distance, say 100, 200. I even heard shots of 300 yards away. Well, when the Native Americans were here, their firearm was a bow and arrow before we, settled here. So, and I'm going to talk, in the fox walk is actually their stalking technique for animals. Now, you're probably thinking, if you're a fellow hunter yourself, well, you don't need that. Well, if you ever think about all your chances with deer or game, if you are a deer hunter, I guarantee 8 out of 10 of the times that you were able to bag one, it was just out of a chance encounter. Either the deer is this way and you're walking this way, or you're on your tree stand. And the Native Americans did not have tree stands, at least me and the whole historical people out there have never heard of a Native American using a tree stand. So, but they did have a stalking technique, and that stalking technique is the fox walk. So I'm going to show it to you today. That's kind of why you're pointed at the ground here, because it involves a lot about the feet, is basically what it is. Now, I'm also going to talk to you about the basics of stalking. Like, when you're stalking your animal, you obviously want to lower your profile, and I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to talk about the way you should plant your feet, but in a greater detail. So, well, let's get started. So, when stalking your animal, you want to lower your posture, okay? You want to lower your silhouette, because animals are designed to pick up on the human silhouette, or a silhouette. They can see your silhouette, so if you lower your silhouette to about right here, they can't see it. Now, the way I'm going to walk is, you're actually going to call me crazy and think that I'm totally nuts, but you're actually one step when you walk. One step, and appropriately done, is going to take about 66 seconds. Now, I'm going to speed up that process a little bit, but I'll show you what I mean. So, right now, I have my silhouette lowered. I go pick up my foot, and I don't want to pick up my foot any higher than what I have to. And I'm going to turn it to the side like this. When I place my foot down, I'm going to think, do I want to step there or don't I? And then I'm going to turn it over when I find out that I do. Because when I place my foot down like that, I'm thinking to myself, is that, when I step down there, is that going to make a noise? Or is that going to harm me? So you step down, and again, with your lowered silhouette, you peel your foot off. I don't know if you can see it. So you're down, you don't pick it up, you peel it off. And when you go and you move, you don't want to pick it up any higher than you have to. Sideways. And you're going to peel your foot off again. One of those steps should take 66 seconds. Now, you're probably thinking that's crazy, but the whole object of that is, when you can't really see because of how far away my camera is, but you shouldn't have to look down at the ground. And if you can see, when you get to about this position right here, when you're peeling your foot off, it helps to be coordinated and to stand on one foot for a long time. Okay? And you don't want to move too fast, because animals such as deer and elk, And what's another one? Moose, actually, as well. And a lot of small animals, small game animals, such as turkey and squirrels and stuff like that. They're designed to pick up on fast movement. So when you're really walking really fast, you know, that's going to be an indicator, you know, because you're walking pretty fast. And, you know, because in today's modern society, you know, we tend to walk heel to toe, heel to toe. Well, that's pretty intrusive to an animal's environment, you know. It kind of gives away your position. And heel to toe isn't the best way you want to walk through the woods. So the fox walk, and the whole time, the reason why when I place my foot down, and I'm kind of asking myself every time I place it down, is it going to hurt me, or is it going to make a noise when I step there and put my full body weight on there? But you know, so that's what I'm asking myself every time. And if it is going to make a noise, say it's a small sapling or whatnot, I'll move my foot even lower. Now, I'm not looking at the ground. There's a whole world around here. You know, it's all about the great outdoors here, okay? And, you know, in today's society, you know, even myself, I notice I do it sometimes too. It's always a 45-degree angle when you're walking to the ground. It's just bam. Well, you know what? When you're out here in the great outdoors and you're just walking around with that 45-degree angle in the ground, you're missing out on so much that's going on here. So much wildlife, you know? It's, you know, it's kind of foolish of you, you know, to put yourself in the environment where you're going to, you know, be outside and be outdoors, but you're walking around heel to toe and 45-degree angle to your face. I mean, to the ground, you know? So that's not really, you know, and I'm not saying that whenever you want to go out into the woods, you know, you should, you know, do the fox walk. No, not by no means, but, you know, basically just slow down your pace, you know, and, you know, because the heel to toe, believe it or not, is actually pretty intrusive, you know. You may not think that, but, you know, if you're walking through the woods, you know, say you're hunting, I guarantee a lot of hunters will know this. You're walking through the woods and you can clearly hear some, you know, out-of-state flatlander on somebody's property with a no trespassing sign on, walking through the woods hunting as well, because, you know, they're walking heel to toe. And even though they're trespassing on some person's property and they're an out-of-stater, you know, they're not going to see that much animals and wildlife and whatnot, because, you know, they're heel to toe, and a lot of times 45-degree. Their face is 45-degree to the ground, you know. So that's how you do the fox walk. And just for a little recap, okay. Lowering my silhouette, I'm picking my foot up, I'm peeling it up, I'm not placing it any higher than I have to when I want to step. No, I have my foot tilted and I place it, and I'm like, is that gonna hurt me? No. So I go, and again, I'm peeling my foot up, and you know, that whole time I'm not looking at the ground, you know. That whole time you're not looking at the ground when you're stalking your prey. You want to look at your prey, and you want to go to the point where, you know, obviously if you're walking at a 66 seconds a step, you know, that's a pretty long walk, and you want to set up a position like if you're going after a deer, you know, you want to meet up like that. But, you know, so that's the fox walk, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is Carpybushcraft. Thank you, and good night.